Hi, folks. Good evening. How y'all doing? It's been a while since you see me like this. I figured for this quick update, I'd present myself as is. Sound alerts aren't working on this.
It's been one of those days.
I guess they are working on the screen. So I've got a couple things in mind before we get into the main show tonight. Just kind of some pressing things that I wanted to address. Nothing particularly wrong or bad. It's just kind of seeing how the way stream has been going the last couple of months since we started this season in February. Kind of just wanted to give a brief overview of how we've been so far, and thinking that I might change some things. So this has kind of just been on my mind for the last couple of weeks, just seeing how things have been. So far, I think things have been going all right so far in some aspects, but other aspects I feel like they definitely need a bit of a change. And this kind of starts with the overall structure and layout of how streams have been going so far. I guess to start, I was kind of in the mind that I would alternate between PlayStation 2 and Wii games, for the most part, between how things are going. And for the first 2 months or so, it's been going well. I've been focusing on 1 month at a time or one console at a time. I think what's kind of been dragging me though is kind of the length of the playthroughs and kind of just doing playthroughs overall versus general interactivity with stream. I kind of realized that this stream hasn't been really growing as much since I did my last collab, not with Sierra, but like with Junie, when we did the E3 streams, and that was kind of like the peak of the growth, and then it's kind of just slowly simmered back down into where things are now. I know I really shouldn't be worrying too much about numbers and followers and all that stuff right now, nor does it really matter. I'm a small scale streamer, so. But kind of just looking at the analytics of things, I think where the growth lies mostly in these streams lies on things that are other than the regular playthroughs, because I felt like the regular playthroughs were kind of like the main meat of how the stream runs. As we're doing playthroughs like Mario Galaxy and Jack and Daxter and Sonic Colors and all that stuff, I thought that was going to be the main meat of things, which I thought I wanted it to be, but I realized, that's not necessarily contributing to a lot of growth on this channel. I know I just said I shouldn't really be worrying about growth or the numbers, but I kind of feel like that's something that I should kind of think about as I'm trying to, I guess, market this channel a little bit. I think some things that I'm doing so well right now are, getting a new PNG tuber model, which we're going to use later. I'm not going to keep my face cam on for this entire stream. I'm just going to use this for this part. Doing some collabs has definitely helped with a lot of growth and networking, which I'll also get to in a little bit. But I feel like with what has been the main chunk of this stream, for the most part, I feel like needs to change. As much as I would like to do playthroughs, as many as I planned at the beginning of the year, as if you guys remember from the February season update stream, I had like 10 games planned for each console. Like the PlayStation 2, I had these 10 games that I wanted to do, and the Wii that I had these 10 games that I wanted to do. And I was going to go down one after the next, until I run out of something or something new comes along. And a couple of new things came along. The next playthrough that we're going to do wasn't on my schedule originally, but after playing the demo of it on one of the PS2 Demo Discs, I think that convinced me. So I think we're going to take a quick look at that game, and that will probably be knocked out in 1 or 2 streams at max. But I think it's a quick enough playthrough that we can do it and then get back to some of the side aspects of stream. Like, some of the side content is what I consider, what we're doing today. Like, after this, we're going to be doing some PS1 demo discs and then doing some PS2 demo discs. So yeah, like demo disc streams, they're a little bit more interactive because I can talk about them and kind of interact with you guys versus a playthrough of a game. It's kind of just me focusing on the game and not really doing much else about that. So that's kind of one reason why I want to change the structures to try and make streams a little bit more interactive. So I have, more of a follower base to interact with. Never mind, it's usually the same 3 or 4 guys that come in here, like used early on, and Adam, which, again, I'll talk about a little bit later. So that's that. The other thing that's been on my mind is the way that how I've been trying to do collabs. As some of you know, my laptop, or my streaming laptop that I'm working on right now, is kind of hitting its retirement age at 6 going on 7 years old. I'm really trying to, within a year, or yeah, even like within a year, I'm trying to get rid of this laptop and replace it with something that's a little bit more suited for streams, a little bit suited for, bigger games, probably stuff that's more modern, more recent. Granted, I still want to keep the theme of the stream more retro oriented, but every once in a while, I've been looking at, what's new and trending on Steam, been following a couple of guys, and I feel like it'll probably be better for, social interactivity with stream if I have a better PC to run most of these games on stream, because honestly, with the way that I have, OBS and everything laid out right now, it's a miracle that this thing is running. It takes 10 minutes for OBS to boot up on my laptop. For how much RAM and memory and all that stuff that it eats up. And with all the games that I do have on my Steam library that I would like to play with other people, I just can't right now because my laptop would explode if it ran it right now. It's an old laptop. They're bound to break and die out at some point. And with this kind of being a gaming laptop, one of those Asus Republican gamer ones, this thing can't even hold a charge anymore. I have to keep this thing plugged in, otherwise it'll die. So that's kind of what's been mostly on my mind is a new PC upgrade that not only will help improve the stream quality a little bit, but will help me have some more interactivity with collabs. And the way that I wanted to do a couple collabs, the people that I've been following who've been doing collabs are usually playing games on Parsec or NetPlay or whatever, however things are doing right now. So I'd love to join in and jump in on a couple, groups of circles with that, but I don't really feel confident enough on my laptop, at least is streaming wise. Maybe off stream if I'm doing this on somebody else's channel, I could do that. But again, I'll also be honest, I haven't really set up an emulator in years, and I've kind of fallen off that wheel. That wheel's kind of fallen off considering I have 20 other consoles that I'm looking at right now. I mean, with me and multiplayer, I feel that multiplayer works best when we're all in a room together, and hence why I've had Adam over for so many streams because we're within punching distance of each other when we're playing Mario Party. That makes more fun. That makes more fun versus me yelling at somebody over a computer screen or playing Mario Party on NetPlay online. That's just my personal taste, and I know that's a little bit outdated and antiquated with how most games are online nowadays. Versus plus, I'm in my own element here. That's kind of rambling off my own tangent. So the way that collabs have been working here on stream is like what I've basically been able to do so far is kind of the retrospective series of things. Like how I did the retrospectives on E3 with Junie, and not really a collab, but if anybody remembers the Xbox Live 20th anniversary retrospective I did back in November, those VODs are also up on YouTube. If you want to check those out. So more of those have been more of my speed, and I kind of want to emphasis on my speed because I realize, kind of partly as a history buff who takes more interest in stuff, or like who takes more interest in reacting to those kinds of videos. That's more of what I can do, but I don't know if it's possible for me to keep somebody, let alone, a co-host, interested in that for several hours on end. Hence why Junie and I had to break up the E3 streams into multiple streams and segments, because I'll be honest, Junie got burned out after like 2 hours per day, and we had like 6 or 7 hours of content to do that. If we did that, the original goal of the E3 streams was to do that over a weekend, kind of just do like one day at a time. But because our schedules kind of conflicted, we ended up doing one of those per month for like the next 2 or 3 months. Like we started that in like November and didn't finish that until January. So I don't really want to put Junie through that again if we do E3 2003. And honestly, at this rate, I'm kind of thinking, I haven't fully decided on it, I might ask Junie about this again. I'm kind of thinking of doing E3 2003 as a solo affair. Okay, the next collab, or the next retrospective stream that I had planned as teased from the last, at the end of the last collab with Sierra, the next one that I had planned was Tokyo Game Show 2001 and 2002. I have about 3 to 4 hours of coverage to go over that. And honestly, I want to give Junie a break until we did E3 2003, so I didn't really ask him to do that with me. I asked a couple people around, most notably Demeter Lupin, one of Sierra's friends, and they said they were interested. Like, they said that they liked doing history retrospective stuff on that. And I asked them at least twice just to see like if they were confirmed on that. I never heard back from Demi. So if I never heard back from Demi on that, then I would assume either something fell through, they weren't I don't want to assume that they weren't interested enough that they didn't want to do it, because Demi did say yes at one point, but they just needed to check their schedule. So, and then I asked Sierra, and Sierra even mentioned on her channel that, kind of sitting here and reacting to those kinds of things for 3 hours isn't necessarily her speed, which, you know what, it's fine. I understand that's not necessarily the speed for anybody. Especially if you're just doing a stream, just chatting stream, reacting to TikTok memes, which I guess is what the kids do these days. But for me, I mean, I realize it's a lot, and not everybody has the same stamina to put up with 3 hours of content from the early 2000s. That's just me, though. I could sit here and talk about this stuff literally all goddamn night if I could, but I just need to find somebody who would be willing to do that for me. And other than maybe Adam, and that's also why we're doing VCR stream nights, watching 90s anime. That's why I have you guys. So if I can find a VTuber, it doesn't even have to be a VTuber. If I can find somebody out there who's willing to put up with me for however many hours, that's fine. But I realize, talking about an older convention or one of these things isn't necessarily nearly as enthralling, and I hate to use the word, some even considering it boring. And I know we had some low points when Junie and I covered over E302. We had some low points where we were just sitting here watching this and we didn't know what to say. I know not everybody who's watching this right now has the mentality of a streamer as I do, but like, you guys realize how hard it is for me, myself, to kind of keep you guys captivated for like 3 hours every night and not have the ball drop like once without like going dead air. That's also been the problem with most of my playthroughs, is I kind of been focusing more on the game than having actual social interactivity with stream. And I think Sierra even mentioned that a couple times when we were doing MLB Power Pros. Is, we should probably be reading this, or like doing something just to keep the air flowing. I'm not the best at that myself. I mean, okay, yeah. I realize it's hard work. It's hard work, and this is probably the most work that I put into anything. Probably even more than my own actual job that I've been doing. Like, I probably put more work into doing this, not even getting paid for it per se, versus finding an actual job to do this. I mean, if I was doing this and getting paid, there'd be no problems. But that's not the case. So I realize not everybody has the same stamina and has the same captivity. I also realize a lot of the people that I'm friends with in the VTuber circle may or may not have diagnosed or undiagnosed ADHD, which, their attention spans are just as good as mine. They'll probably focus on one thing for 3 hours on end, but then another thing comes along, and I've seen Demi talk about the strangest stuff for 15 minutes just on a basic rant. And then, here I am talking about God knows what. I mean, in my mind, my calendar says 2003, and I've been following that joke literally all year, and then the last 2 years before. That's just me, though. If I can find somebody to do that with me on stream every night, even that'll help me out a lot. So I feel like that's kind of what I feel with what's been going on with collabs and interactivity. I don't want to say, I mean, I hate to be hard on myself. I don't want to say that I'm not good at collabing with other people. That's not the case. I don't want to say I'm bad at collabing. It's just, it's not me. I think it's the content that's kind of been hard to captivate. Listen, if you guys like what I'm doing, then by all means, keep watching, keep going ahead. I feel like there's probably, not to compare myself, let me go find him real quick. I feel like there's probably somebody who could do what I'm doing better, just based on better marketing skills. And again, how ironic that I kind of graduated with a marketing minor, and yet I can't really market for shit. But like, if you kind of like these retrospectives, and these are honestly some of my more favorite streams, but like, if you like the retrospective style of things that I do, how about there's a guy that I follow, and I've probably plugged him once or twice. This guy named Business. The way that this guy does his streams is every once in a while he'll have this thing called Sprite Night, where it's kind of like what I do. It's like a history tour of like a whole bunch of like old promo footage, like newsreels and everything from like the '90s and early 2000s. So like all those training videos or like those old training VHS tapes or like the old Nintendo promo footage or those old Nintendo VHS tapes that they used to send in. This guy, talks about a lot of that stuff. I think business is also based in Seattle, so Seattle, the headquarters of Nintendo and Microsoft and all this stuff. So a lot of the stuff kind of plays on people's childhoods, and it's really on it. This is the guy that I mentioned, or this is one of the guys that I mentioned, that you might like because he grew up in the '90s or whatever when most of this stuff happened in real time. So that's just a shameless plug for a guy that I've been following late at nights. And he does this once in a while. So if you like some of my stuff that's kind of like that, then go follow this guy. If that's not your idea, then you know what, that's fine. Not everybody's going to have the same taste. I know I realize I've been rambling on for a long time. I guess kind of the point of why I've been doing all this and trying to make so many collabs work for so long. And I actually met Adam today and we talked about this a little bit. Guys, I think I'm gonna come out and say it. I'm damn lonely. I am absolutely fucking lonely doing the things that I'm doing. It's I don't know if it's been apparent, but like ever since I took this job that I've been doing since August, I don't think Adam has been on the stream once since we've had our Halo 3 playthrough. He might have been on. Adam, have you been on stream since August at least? Do you remember? If not, then yeah, again, that's how long we've been apart. But like before August, most of early last season was Adam and I playing around with PlayStation stuff and doing stuff together because we literally lived 5 feet apart from each other. Like Adam could literally walk over to my mom's old apartment and we were doing stuff together. But now that I'm working and we're both Adam and I are kind of in the same pod of trying to find a new job and like trying to find a new job and like new living arrangements. And I was talking about this with Adam today. I think the long term goal is for me to get back either. I mean, the long term goal is for me to find my own place, obviously. But like, I think it would definitely help if I had a roommate to kind of tend not only to the loneliness, but kind of just keep me socially active on my own in real life. This is how things have been going because with the way work's been going, it's I work with two other coworkers for the most part, and it's mostly just been those two doing their own thing, and then there's me working side by side with my supervisors. So for the most part, since August, I've kind of just been running a solo run. That's fine. I can put up with it, but I wouldn't be lying if it's kind of made me a little cumbersome over the last couple of months. So after yeah, I don't even know how long it's been, but at this point it's kind of been a little too long. I would like Adam to come back on stream so we can do some stuff together. And honestly, between you and me, those have been some of the most fun streams that I've had, considering we're together. But like, this is kind of the reason why I've been trying to do collabs with all these VTubers and everybody, kind of just to fill in these gaps and these holes, in the in the streaming schedule, as I'm not doing stuff myself. But like, with the way that I kind of felt the last couple of collabs have gone, they haven't gone bad, I'll say, but like I know there's definitely some room for improvement. And again, this is just me being hard on myself. I felt like with better content to manage, like with better content to show off and better interactivity, I think that'll make for a better experience. And sometimes I'm finding that hard for me to follow, or sometimes I'm it's hard for me to do that on my own knowing my demographic. I mean, my demographic is what I hope to be mostly people a little bit older than me, in their late 20s or 30s, who kind of had a better experience. I get along better with people who are older than me who have had better experience. That's probably what I'm trying to say. Um, and hence why I usually go to older folks like Sierra and Junie and everybody, because everybody that I know on Twitch is relatively older than me. For right now I'm 23, so I feel like if I market this well enough and I make better connections, it'll all work out. But honestly, at this point, it's just a matter of when. Like when is all this going to happen? Because I'm kind of on a deadline to try to find a new job right now. Like I'm working with this guy down in Columbus. He's coming up here. He's helping me get some interviews or whatever. I'm hoping one of these places stick. If that happens, then okay, yeah, I have a job, and hopefully I know how much I'm making. Then I'll start moving into a new apartment, and hopefully Adam is also working on his end to find a new job. And Adam is also going to be doing a couple other stuff like getting his license, getting a new car, and everything. We're working together, and hopefully our parents can also kind of come into agreements because they've kind of been butting heads. But like we're working together to try to make this work. It's just a matter of when is this going to work, and as of right now, there's not really much I can do for myself until this stuff happens. But like until then, I kind of have to stick with the laptop that I'm working with, stick with the 3 or 4 consoles that I have. Like right now, I've got a PS1, a PS2, a Wii, and then 64, GameCube, and Xbox. Like that's literally all that I have to work with. I can't really work with much on my sorry, I can't work with much on my PC end until then. So that's basically all that I have for content right now, and I guess I was gonna keep doing that until I get the new PC and start doing this. When the money and everything comes in. So I have a long term plan, and hopefully, I was hoping something like that would work. Um, but as far as stream content goes, and kind of going back to a plot point that I missed, I felt like what killed what's kind of been making my decision to kind of move away from doing long-term playthroughs, other than the fact that it doesn't really add much to growth for this stream. Because honestly, it's hard for anybody to watch a 10-20 hour playthrough if you're not following from the start. Because like if you just randomly jump in and don't know where it is, um, I guess it kind of makes for good background content. Like if you're doing something else, but like I would like for the stream to be more interactive than it is actually passive. And just kind of making side comments. So, and I felt like what kind of killed that for me was the Devil May Cry playthrough. If anybody was here for that, I bowed out of Devil May Cry on a pretty sour note because I feel like, and I really need to get out of the mentality of this. Most of my playthroughs, I feel like I'm kind of on a set timer. Like I usually check out like how long to beat. It's a website that tells you on average how long people take to beat a game. And like if a game says it's like 10 hours or whatever, I usually kind of break it down into 3 or 4 streams. It's like, okay, it's 10, 12 hours or whatever. I can do this like 3 hours a night or whatever. No problem. That'll be fine. Devil May Cry, I checked and it was like a 6 or 7 hour game. But that's honestly assuming that you know what you're doing in Devil May Cry. I didn't, of course. I didn't know that it was going to kick my ass immediately and not shake 2 shits about it. So when I was 3, 4 hours deep into Devil May Cry and we were only on the fifth or sixth mission, and I still had like 20 more missions to go, and I was already halfway up on my time with this game, I kind of realized, oh shit, I'm kind of pissed out of luck with this. So I really need to get out of the mentality of thinking I'm on a deadline with this game, because like when I start a playthrough of a game, I have the mentality that I know I'm going to finish it, and that sucks because if I don't finish it, then I just feel disappointed or unfulfilled. So hopefully the next game that we're going to play, I know it's short enough, but hopefully I can just knock this out in 1 or 2 streams, no problem. If not, then again, I don't know. But I think I'm just going to take the next playthrough a little bit easier and not really look at the clock and kind of just take it as it is. The other problem is that because I have all these playthroughs planned and I'm in the streamer mentality now, I kind of feel like I'm at a point where I almost don't even know how to, or I don't have the motivation really to. I barely play video games outside of stream. I'll be honest. I don't really have the motivation to play through most of these games off stream, and even then, it would probably still be like a recorded playthrough. Kind of like what I do with Sudeki. If anybody caught the Sudeki playthrough, from like October last year, when I published it exclusively to YouTube. Um, I broke that up in about 1 hour segments because I know not everybody would be willing to, sit through a 3-4 hour segment of each playthrough. So I thought it would be better to break that up into smaller 1 hour chunks, which, was probably a good idea. And I thought if I was going to do that for like most off-stream playthroughs, if I did do an off-stream playthrough, that would probably be a better idea. I think that's still a good idea in retrospect. It's just it doesn't really amass to a lot of growth for this channel if it's not live, if everything's pre-recorded, which was the case for the Sudeki playthrough. But like what I'm trying to get is because I'm not really playing a lot of video games off stream because this is quote unquote my night job. It's more a hobby than anything. A lot of the playthroughs that I had planned are like I want to play these games, but I don't really want to play them off stream. Is the whole point of what I'm trying to do. So like games that I had planned for last year, mostly in the PS1 range. So like Symphony of the Night, Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid. I still have those on my radar, but I was going to move them later this year, just to kind of play them at a better time. Because honestly, I don't think it would make much sense for me to just drop everything and go play Silent Hill 1 right now in the midst of all this. So I think, once I get back into a better place, we'll probably take a look at those games more. But I think it's a better idea for me to kind of move away from longer streams, or longer stream playthroughs, if it's not really amassing to a lot of growth or interactivity on the stream. The next point, I don't know, I'm going on point A, point B, point C. I mean, the next point is if I wipe most of everything and have a clean slate, this is gonna sound really stupid. I don't know what the fuck to do on this stream. Like, yeah, I've got the demo discs, like the PS1 demo discs, which I'm gonna come out and say I mostly stole the idea from Kyle, for the wheel to do that. Which, he's not mad. Kyle's not mad. In fact, I think he likes the idea of, doing demo discs because it's a lot of untapped potential. When I was watching Swirl Drop do their demo disc streams of PS1, GameCube, Saturn, PS2, that got me a lot of inspiration too to do, one at a time, and that's what I'm doing with PS2 demo discs. So in between, doing PS1 and PS2 playthroughs, we were gonna look at a bunch of PlayStation demo discs, and that'll kind of give me a good glimpse as to what is going on in the PlayStation library in short bursts. I think it's better for me to look at the PlayStation library in short bursts rather than kind of just do or be committed to a full game. And I think that'll probably be a better track or a better pace, versus taking things slow enough to go through a whole playthrough. That's for the PlayStation side, though. For the Wii side, and honestly, I've kind of also had second thoughts about kind of just doing shifting between PlayStation 2 and Wii, because that doesn't really mean I can do much of anything else. Like, yeah, I could still do OG Xbox if there's an X-Link Kind night. But like, as I branded this kind of like the year of the PlayStation 2 and Wii, those were kind of just my two main focuses. I didn't necessarily mean that was going to be the only thing I was focusing on this year. But like that was just kind of be like the main focus for what I had. But like I didn't want that to be like the only thing I was doing. Which, it's working out as well as it can. I'm just kind of looking at it. It's working out as well as it can, but like I feel like there could always be something more. That's probably like the whole point of this whole rambling rant that I've been doing all night. It's like nothing's necessarily bad. I just feel like there could always be more that I could be doing, and I feel like I kind of need to change some things around to make that happen. So like I guess kind of to recap and to get back on track with things is I'll do the next playthrough probably starting tomorrow. I have the layout and everything set up. We'll take a look at that over this week, and I guarantee this game will not take all week to do that. The Tokyo Game Show quote unquote collab that I had planned, I will probably most likely just do solo, considering I can't really find anybody else to sit down and interact with for 3 hours. And I didn't really want to drag Junie into it. And as far as E3 2003 for next month, I don't have everything compiled together, and I should really get on that before next month comes around. But like I looked at most of the footage that that I was going to talk about, or like the length of most of the footage. I think there's probably just as enough, if not any more, footage for E3 2003 to talk about than there was for 2002. I mean, granted, it's a whole bunch of B-roll footage. It's people walking around, doing news coverage or whatever. I guarantee you there'll be some G4 stuff, and that's the other thing that's also been on my mind is kind of I hate to get on the whole Twitter based thing, but like I kind of realized in recent times Twitter has also grabbed on the idea of G4 not aging as well, and that's the other problem. I feel like if I drag Junie into doing E3 2003, we're both gonna be kind of cringing, and we're both gonna be kind of cringing and begging for mercy not to watch any of this stuff, because I realized a lot of stuff from 2003 has not aged as well. Not to say that it's wrong, which most of it probably is, but like just to acknowledge that like you guys know who I'm talking about. Adam Sessler and his absolute hot takes on stuff on Twitter nowadays versus what it was in 2003. Never mind the whole racist tangents that have been going on since it's a whole Twitter takeover. That's kind of what's been scaring me. Is like I'm going to look at this stuff, and that's all that I'm going to be thinking about. And I got to get out of that mentality too. I kind of just have to take it as it is. But I really shouldn't be too upset about it, considering we've done multiple E3 streams with content that's poorly aged. Never mind all the Lara Croft booth babes, if that's still in your mind. Yeah, but like that's one thing that I don't really want to drag most people into. And the other thing is, there's probably going to be, because there's hours upon hours of content of E3, of old E3 footage. I'm in the mindset like I don't want to miss anything, but like if I don't miss anything, then that means I'm covering everything, and there's definitely going to be a couple lull points where either I've talked about something or I just don't know what to talk about. But again, like I said, that's me. I can't really speak for everybody on that, and I don't know if Junie wants to have a say or piece on that, but that's just me, kind of assuming the worst of things. But we're still a good month away from that. As far as the Tokyo Game Show stream, I think I'll plan that for the end of the month, just to kind of give myself a little bit more time. What's it? Today's the 17th. Sometime between April 29th and 30th. So like that Saturday, Sunday weekend, I'll probably crack out a Tokyo Game Show. That's just for 2001, 2002, though. I haven't really found enough footage of Tokyo Game Show 2003 to talk about anything. I mean, versus if you guys want to watch G4 content on Tokyo Game Show, which that's going to be a fucking disaster. I did find an episode of X-Play where they were talking about Tokyo Game Show 2004, though, and that went as well as you thought it would be. So, but that's just one episode. That's like a half hour long. I need to fill up a 3-hour time slot. And again, that's part of my job as doing this as a streamer, is how do I fill up a whole time slot enough to keep everybody satisfied or keep, the thing flowing for, 3 hours a night without getting much low points. And that's one of the biggest, and that's like one of the biggest challenges that I face almost every single night in doing streams. Like even when I'm gonna do PS1 Demo Discs in a little bit, there's gonna be a couple times where I just don't know what to talk about, especially when we were doing RPGs. Like we did that Jade Cocoon game, and I was like, okay, well, what am I supposed to talk about here? I don't know RPGs. Somebody else does. So it's like somebody take the mic for me. And if I had somebody to take the mic for me, hence why I usually have Adam cover most of the RPG stuff that we do, that would just make my day job so much easier. I'm talking about what could be or how I can fix this. I just need to figure out a way to put it into action. So, all right, oh my God, it's almost been 45 minutes. We haven't played a game. How much of that made sense to you guys? How much of that were you guys able to follow? If I kind of made my points clear, I mean, the main points are, I need to restructure a couple things. I think I'm gonna ride the next couple of collab streams solo a little bit until I can figure out how to do things. Okay. The other thing is the MLB Power Pros stream collab with Sierra that will continue. All right. I didn't mean that like that went bad enough that it'll just end. I still need to figure out a deal with Sierra that we can do that. I think Sierra's schedule, as she said, is basically, fuck it, I'll just play something for a week and then we'll see how things go. So I usually kind of give people like 2 or 3 weeks in advance before we do collabs, just to kind of give them enough time to prepare so it's on their schedule. So we might do the next part of MLB Power Pros after Tokyo Game Show. So like the week of May 1st through the 5th, somewhere around that. And hopefully we'll get a little bit further into that. I'll try, and I honest to God mean I'll try. I'll try to make it a little bit more interactive, influential. If it's kind of between the two of us, I just don't know. I just don't know how to do it. That's been my biggest problem. Is like, how do I make the stream more interactive or more socially presentable? I don't want to completely like steal ideas or rip off from any of my other friends. Like if I was stealing Streamloot's cards from Kyle, then that would just basically be Kyle's side stream, and I don't want to seem like a copycat for that. So I want to make things on here unique to me, but draw enough kind of like inspiration from my friends to garner enough interest from each person's channel. So I think that's a good idea for what I can do. God. Yeah, there's that. Trying to figure out how to combat loneliness is a tough battle each and every day. Considering I'm just basically doing my job solo. And if I mean, again, the long-term goal is if Adam and I can somehow work out an apartment together based on whatever our future jobs are going to be. Adam's not really on a deadline or a date or a timeline to figure out how to get a job versus I am. So like Adam could be still working at his grocery store for like the next couple of months or whatever. I don't think it's going to take a couple of months to for both of us to get new jobs. I don't think that's the case, considering we're a little bit higher ahead in our database and clientele. I mean, our biggest thing is we went to college together. So, I don't think it's gonna take her long. It's all a matter of when. It's all a matter of when, and the simple answer is I don't know when. So until this thing happens, I can't do this because this, and so on and so forth. So I don't know why it took me over 45 minutes to get to the point with that. So other than that, I think I've wrapped up basically everything. Again, nothing inherently wrong is going on stream. And I'm not really looking to cancel or plan like cancel anything. As far as the rest of the games I had planned for this year, we can still get around to them. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I think I might have to take it a little bit slower on playthroughs and up the ante on something else. And I think I'm doing a good idea with doing PS1 and PS2 demo discs, but I could always think of something more. I just need to think of something more. All right, does that sound good? Okay, that's the end of my spiel. I will be back in a quick sec. We'll talk about the Mario movie. We'll talk about the Mario movie next. because I did get to go see that yesterday, actually. Give my thoughts a little bit about that, and then we'll start some PS1 Demo Discs. Alright, thanks for listening to that, guys. Stick around, I will be right back. Get some water and everything. Alright, back on time. Let's switch to here, right? Yes, here we are. Alright, I'm using my PNG tuber from now on. Guys, I'm my own biggest judge, alright? I'm my own biggest critic. I don't want to talk about it any much longer, but when I realize, or when I see something's wrong with something, I usually stop at nothing to kind of fix it, whether it be myself or tell somebody to do it. So, if I notice something's wrong with the stream, or if I feel something's wrong, I do whatever I can to improve it for everybody's sake. And hopefully if I make some, I wouldn't say necessary adjustments or changes, but hopefully if I make some changes, it'll probably bring a little bit of life back in the stream. And get me on a good roll again. Whether it be through doing stuff directly here, or make a little bit more connections. I think it'll prove its resources in the long run. All right, Mario movie time. I don't know if it's a little bit too loud. So, yeah, yesterday I went to go see the Mario movie. It was a solo outing. I think it was the first time I actually went to a movie theater by myself. I was gonna go see it with Adam, but Adam told me he went to go see it with his friend a little bit earlier. I think he saw it like the day before me, just because, you know, I guess Adam's friend and he hasn't they haven't seen each other in a while, which, you know what, that's fine. I'm just glad that we all went to go see it. Not really together, but like, I'm glad we all went to go see it at some point, whether it be on our own or in some form. As far as my opening thoughts for the movie, just kind of running it down. Let me get my notes. Where are my notes? So I discussed it with a friend the other day. How do I condense my thoughts into a couple minutes before we do our next thing? First of all, I loved all the references that they made throughout the movie. Like, everything from the Wrecking Crew guy. I should probably mention, like, if you haven't seen the movie by now, either go see it or get out of here, because I'm about to spoil a lot of the movie. I loved all the references they made throughout the movie. Like, everything from the Wrecking Crew guy to the Jumpman arcade machine and the... I like that the pizza place was named Punch-Out. So, you know, a whole lot of Nintendo references. Like, there was a scene where Mario was just straight up playing Kid Icarus on his NES. So, I liked all the references to Nintendo stuff and the games in between. I liked that it was its own original story. It didn't really need to follow a single game. Like, it had just had elements and a mashup of stuff in between each game. Like, there was stuff from 3D World. There was stuff from Mario 64. So, like, all these games in between. Yeah, I remember that too, so early on. I was almost like trying to find if there was any references to the 93 live-action Mario movie with Bob Hoskins. I wonder if you saw any of that. So I recognized that. I recognized a lot of the music cues. Like, I listened closely to the music, so there were a lot of songs from Mario 64, 3D World. There was one from like World, Mario 3, and everything. So it was a good use of music cues. The story emphasized a lot of the use of the power-ups, so like, especially the mini mushroom. So like the Donkey Kong fight where Mario used the mini mushroom. I thought that was a reference to, you know, the Mario vs. Donkey Kong game, like where he has the mini wind-up Marios. I thought that was a reference to that. Yeah, the Oranges and the Brothers. Yeah, when the Mario Brothers were like babies or whatever, I recognized that they were using the Mario Brothers from Yoshi's Island. I thought, like, what's the official lore? Were the brothers raised in Brooklyn or were they raised by Yoshis? Because I thought the Yoshi's Island lore was that they were raised by Yoshis. So I don't know, some conflicting lore. What else? The Donkey Kong fight, and then like the Mario Kart scene after was kind of cool. First of all, the DK Crew cameo with Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong and whoever else was there, that killed me. I absolutely loved the Diddy Kong shout out there. The voice casts did a formidable job with their roles. I mean, the whole big takeaway was Chris Pratt as Mario. Everybody did a good job. Even Chris Pratt was tolerable. Although, I think, like, comparing everybody to each other, I think everybody else did their characters better than Chris Pratt did Mario. Like, I think Charlie Day was a better Luigi, and Seth Rogen was an okay Donkey Kong. I think that was better than Chris Pratt as Mario. But, like, after a while in the movie, you kind of don't even think of Chris Pratt as Mario, because it just kind of slips your mind, or at least that did for me. Speaking of voice talent, I could easily recognize who Charles Martinet voiced. Charles Martinet voiced one of Mario's family members, and he was the he was the Jumpman looking guy who was like playing the Donkey Kong arcade game in the pizza place. And I recognized him at the end. So yeah, I didn't have to look deep for Charles Martinet's cameos in this. So I'm glad that Charles got some sort of a speaking role. I'm just wondering how much different it would be if, you know, Charles Martinet was the voice of Mario all along. And probably my favorite part of the movie was the Mario Kart segment where they were racing on Rainbow Road. And like that the thing opened up with Rainbow Road from, I think it was like Mario Kart 64 or whatever. But like, yeah, like all the music, all the orchestrated music fell pretty neat into place for each part. So I think those are some of the highs of the movie that I thought. A couple critiques, and these are kind of nitpicky. Number one, the DK fight needed more DK rap. Not just the part that goes DK, Donkey Kong. Like, that's literally all that they used from the DK rap. And again, the other thing that Twitter was mad about is they didn't even credit Grant Kirkhope on that, and even Grant Kirkhope said something about that. So that's that. But like, they needed more of the DK rap, and I kind of expected Seth Rogen to actually rap about it. I would have loved it though if Seth Rogen sang one of DK's songs from the Donkey Kong Country cartoon, though. That would have been a very far sight and fat chance, but if he did that, that would have made the movie so much better. Like if DK was singing Nobody's Hero at one point, or Eddie, Let Me Go Back to My Home, or one of those things. That probably... I mean, if they do a DK movie, out of all the characters that I guess I disliked the most, Cranky Kong kind of felt out of place. It was like, when they announced that, like, the ruler of the Kongs was Cranky Kong, I mean, yeah, it made sense, but, like, when they showed Cranky Kong's model, I was like, this kind of feels a little off. I mentioned this to Adam in the car, but, like, why does it feel like every one of these animated movies always has to have, like, half the voice cast of, like, ex-SNL members? Like, there was Fred Armisen in there was Seth Rogen in there, like... How many of these guys in all these animated movies have voices or cast roles from Saturday Night Live? There has to be at least one or two members in like each of every one of these. I don't know if it's because they're easy cast roles or whatever, but like that's just what I noticed. So Cranky Kong definitely kind of felt like the oddball bunch out of all of them. Not to mention he didn't even really look like Cranky Kong to me. Like, he kind of just felt like a random generic Kong. Like, yeah, so, kind of speaking of music from before, I liked the orchestrated music. The licensed soundtrack where they used, like, actual music was meh. It's your typical 80s ensemble. Like, the one that kind of confused me is, like, when Mario was racing around, or, like, when Mario and Donkey Kong were racing around the DK world, why did they play Take On Me by Aha? Like, first of all, out of all 80s music that you could use, yeah, I know it was Illumination having the license for that, and, you know, that's kind of the whole plot point of Despicable Me 3, but, like, that kind of felt really out of place. I mean, at least the movie ended with ELO's Mr. Blue Sky, which, honestly, in my opinion, as much of a great song as it is ELO's most overplayed song and is overused in a lot of animated movies. Like, I've probably heard Mr. Blue Sky in probably 5 or 6 animated movies at some point. It's a very overused song at this point. So, the licensed soundtrack, I could give or take. As much as I like those songs, and it kind of got me thinking, you know, I'm kind of in a thought process, and this was brought up at Cowstream once. I'm kind of realizing there's, like, just how much of the same songs get played on most classic rock radio stations, and just how overplayed some of them are. Like, how many times do you hear, like, Journey's Don't Stop Believing played on classic rock radio stations? It's like all these bands that I recognize, how often do you only hear their 2 or 3 greatest A-side hits and never anything else from the B-side or the lesser talked about albums? You know, when you bring up Toto... Like, when you bring up, like, the band Toto, like, how many times does Africa or Rosanna get brought up? When you have an entire other discography. Like, they have, like, 18 albums. Like, their last one came out in, like, 2018, I think. I just listened to Toto's Hydra last night, and there's a couple good ones. Like, there's 99 on that I liked. You know, that's what I was thinking about when I listened to the music. And I realized, you know, a lot of this is kind of just the cookie-cutter, overplayed music. I don't know if it's just because they have the license for that and it's much easier, but... That's just one small nitpick. Number 2, why do all the Kongs have all the carts? Like, yeah, I get Mario Kart is a big thing, but like, why for whatever plot point does Donkey Kong just have the entire arsenal of carts? Because I don't know. I don't know. Like, I couldn't explain why Donkey Kong, and why their entire village was just a Mario Kart course. Like, it made me think, you know that, the Dino Jungle course from Double Dash. Yeah, Double Dash. It kind of made me think of that, but like, yeah, I mean, the Mario Kart segment was really cool. It's probably my favorite part of the movie, but like, that's what I was thinking. Is like, why did the Kongs have all these? Other things about the movie, it kind of felt a little predictable at times, just based on the Mario lore and most animated other movies. Like, you know it's a Mario movie, you know he's gonna kick Bowser's ass at the end. I was, honestly, by the end of the movie, I was just waiting to see if he gets grabbed by the tail and gets thrown, which, thank God that happened. That was great. I cheered for that. But, like, if you've seen most of these animated movies, whether it be Illumination or DreamWorks or whatever, you kind of know how the story goes. You know, Mario's been around for well over 40 years. So, you know, kicks Bowser's ass, gets the princess, and so on and so forth. And then the other thing I was kind of thinking is, as far as, like, references go, and I know this wasn't intentional, but during the wedding scene, when Peach pulled out the ice flower, did Peach just kind of turn into Elsa for a good minute? Like, Elsa from Frozen? Because I kind of just felt like that was just the random plot point. So, that's that. Other than that, I mean, everybody did a formidable job. I have to give a round of applause to Jack Black for one. The Peaches song is all over TikTok and YouTube now, so I'm listening to that at least once a day. I think Jack Black definitely owned his role better than anybody else did. Because like the last time that we had a talking Bowser like this in a Mario scenario was Super Mario Sunshine, if you remember how Bowser talked in that. So, yeah. By the way, they're using normal, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was just a subtle nod or they were comparing it somehow. So, whatever. But overall, I mean, my overall thoughts of the movie, it lived up to what it was. I mean, I'm questioning why they kept it secret for so long. Probably because, you know, they were pressuring themselves not to make another Bob Hoskins disaster movie like the 93 Mario movie was. I'm glad I saw it when I did. I think it's earned its due. Because I definitely did want to see it in theaters at some point while it was still around. It's probably going to do better as a rental movie. I don't think it's really the end-all, be-all for video game movies, and I don't know if that'll ever happen, but it's certainly a better attempt than, you know, most recent tries, i.e. like the Ratchet & Clank movie. If anybody, first of all, does anybody even remember the Ratchet & Clank movie happened? Because that was, what, 2016 or something? Most video game movies have just been crappy live-action remake attempts. Like there was a Max Payne movie with, Mark Wahlberg, I think, was in that. Like, there was an Assassin's Creed movie. There was that Warcraft movie that was a disaster, except for everyone in China. I think, like, it's probably comparable to the Sonic the Hedgehog movies that have been popping up recently. I think if they go in that direction, not with Sonic, but I think if they go in the direction that they went with this time, they could have a good sequel. Is it worthy of a sequel? It can definitely show from box office performance alone. Like, let me. What's the box office for Mario movie? Oh yeah, God, it's already made $700 million. Yeah, it's the box office shows that it's worthy of a sequel. But I think it's worthy of a sequel based on a good writer's story, because the story makes up the good portion of the movie. If they can write a good story for that, and kind of use the same similar elements, I think we could have a good Mario movie too. Does this open up the gateway for other Nintendo animated movies? We'll see, just based on how much Nintendo wants to use their other properties. Like, Adam and I were also discussing this in the car, like, what movies we want to see. We don't know how a Kirby movie would work. Like, we were asking, could a Kirby movie work? And we have no idea how the fuck that would happen. Maybe something better on the lines of like a Zelda movie, which, you know, would probably be way more action-oriented than what we saw with the Mario movie. But like, if Nintendo can do something with other than, you know, their top 3 or 4 franchises, then I think they're on a good idea. But honestly, this was definitely step in the right direction compared to, you know, their last outings with movies. That's essentially the rundown of what I thought of the Mario movie. I think it's earned its due. Let's see if any more happens out of it. Yeah, they're probably already working on more stuff. But I'm eager to see more, and I'm glad that I saw it when I did, so I didn't have to live under the spoiler rock for however long. I don't know. What were you guys' favorite parts of the movie, if you liked anything? Would I go see it and get it in theaters? Probably not. I think it was a one-and-done affair. But if it ever gets brought up in, like, a Discord movie night, or hell, if it comes out on, like, Blu-ray or something, then, you know what, I might pick it up, just for collector's purposes. I think our next tirade, though, because this is coming up on its 30th anniversary, and this kind of also got me inspired, because when I went to the movie theater, they were playing Big Lebowski's 25th anniversary in the theaters, and I was like, I swear to God I have this on VHS. So, I know what I don't have on VHS that I need to pick up. I need to pick up the 93 Mario movie on VHS, and we gotta watch that for that 30th anniversary, which is coming up Memorial Day weekend. I think it's the 28th or 29th. We definitely need more Mario and Luigi moments. Yeah, honestly, as much as I like Charlie Day's Luigi, it kind of felt like, I mean, yeah, it's a Mario movie. Mario's gonna get the spotlight, but, like, what if, you know, Luigi got as much airtime as Mario did? It's just a lot to think about. Well, that's the Mario movie in our run shot. I mean, that was a good 20 minutes of talking, right? Overall, I mean, it's a lot. I think we're gonna be talking about this for a while. The internet wants that that Jack Black Peaches song to be nominated for an Oscar, which technically I think it can be. It's just, is Hollywood going to be nice enough that it will? You know, it kind of reminds me. I think the Blame Canada song from South Park was up for a Grammy or some award when that movie was new. Yeah. So, oh boy, that was a lot to talk about. Alright, I know we're here for games. You guys want to play some games? Let's play some demo discs. Let me get things back in order. It was a cumbersome day at work today. I've been dealing with a lot of funerals this week. Again, part of my job is working with Pallbearer Ministry for funerals. Okay, what are we doing? Sure. So yeah, part of my job is working with pallbearers, and once in a while we get a call for a funeral that I have to send a couple of the high school guys out. We've had like 4 funerals just over the last couple of days alone. Like, I had one today, I've got one tomorrow, I've got one Wednesday. We're probably gonna have another one on Friday, just depending. So it's been busy at work, and I've been the one taking a lot of phone calls. So, all right, let me boot her up. Oh, speaking of VHS tapes, I did buy some new ones. Adam and I went out to Half Price Books in a local used game shop. I did buy some new ones today. I found a copy of Shrek 2 on VHS. Kyle's gonna like me for this. A lot of people didn't even realize that Shrek 2 was on VHS, considering this was 2004. So, another pretty late release on VHS, but, you know, still late enough that I can get to it. Alright, what channel is this? So, I got that. I got another movie that I've been dying to see. I got Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Sixth Day. It was between this and his earlier movie, End of Days, that I wanted to watch, but I've been looking for a copy of The Sixth Day, so I'll add that to my Schwarzenegger list. I think definitely we could watch Shrek 2 on VHS at some point. I mean, I used to have Shrek 1 on VHS as a kid, and I actually had that copy until it got so old that it actually started molding. So I think there's probably less copies of Shrek 2 on VHS than there were of Shrek 1. So I don't know. I don't know what Shrek 2 would go for on VHS on eBay, because usually 2004 or 2005 VHS tapes go for a little bit more than your standard VHS release, because they came out so late. Okay, I need to shut up. I've been talking for too long. Let's pull out the wheel of misfortune. Shuffle it up. That crispy frame rate drop. Yeah, that's enough. Punch it. What's our first demo for today? Because I've been talking for an hour and 15 minutes, we might not get to as many demos today. Just depending on the length of stuff. We're getting Wild Arms 2? Nope, Cool Borders 3. Did we? I feel like we played a Cool Borders game. Let me check the master list of demos that we've played. So there is a list of notable US demo like not just the PlayStation ones, but like there's a notable list of US demo discs. Let me check if Cool Borders. Yeah, we played Cool Borders 2001. That was the other one that we played. All right. Yeah, because I know we played one of these demos, and I think, wasn't there a Cool Borders? Because Cool Borders 2001 was on PS2 as well. Honestly, most of these Cool Borders games are a little bit the same. Was 3 done by 989? Like they later switched to doing these by 989. Kyle would know. Yeah, it was. Alright, so this might be of dubious quality. But again, because this is a demo. Crank it. Well, good of them to add the FMVs on a demo disc. Why did I get so thirsty after drinking that beer? Wow, look at all those tricks that I can't do. When did Cool Borders 3 come out? I want to say this was 98. Cool Borders 1 was like 96. Yeah, this is 98. Bold of them to release their snowboarding game in the middle of July. Oh, no, they released it in October. Oh my god, how long is this FMV? No, that's it. Is this another one border, one leveler deal? And also, please tell me this has DualShock. Thank God it does. Ah, no, 2. Or... Alright, so there's a little bit to do with this demo, so we might play it a couple times. Boy, they teach me the controls. Also, gotta love that in-game advertising. Come on. Alright. L2. This isn't the only game that I know that advertises for a watch, by the way. Like, I think... And I can't believe I'm saying this. I think Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness advertises for a Timex watch. Okay, hold on. How do you do tricks in this game? That's probably one. Oh. Triangling up. Hey, Chris. Oh, that went well, right? I only got 4th place. Again, usually the more you play these games, the better you figure it out. Yeah, I retired my Lum profile pick after 3 years because I feel like it's kind of gone off the brand now that I've got a new what do you call this, a PNG tuber model. So I mean, there actually still is a redeem if you have 99 points. You can pull out my old PNG tuber model and I can switch to that for a half hour. But who's willing to do that? I need to figure out how to refund points if that ever comes up. First attempt. First attempt at what? Wait, there's a timer? Oh wait, we gotta do tricks. Hold on. Wow, it's like we're actually playing a game. Come on, I can do this. I can't do this, right? Come on, come on. I'm so stiff. That's good enough, right? Just two 180s. Probably have to do like button movements or something with the stick as well. But most of these are just me falling flat on my face. Get 1,000. Alright, I got 1,000. How many points do I need? Come on, come on. Yeah, it's a new high score. I'll play this one a little bit. Again, there's not much content with these PS1 Demo Discs, and hence why you can bust through them and so quickly. They offer credits in a demo disc. That'd be great if I could actually read that. Again, I don't know the difference. I don't know shit about snowboarding. There's a lot of good snowboarding games on PS1. I mean, you can kind of just pick and choose your favorites. Like, there's people who like cool boarders. There's people who like... I think there was an MTV sports snowboarding game. Like, for this, is this a race, or am I... Or am I just trying to get the most tricks? Yeah, I've been meaning to play that one too. If I ever pull enough money to do Saturn stuff. Honestly, I should just be glad I have a Saturn alone. I'm not really looking to buy most games over $50 for it, if there are any. God, I'm doing terrible. Deep Step Sliders came out really late in the Saturn's lifespan. It was like end of 97, early 98, though. Like, Pool Borders, I think 2 was out by that time. Oh. Alright, so L1 and R1 punch. L2 is like a drift through the snow. Aw, damn. X is basically an ollie. then triangle on rails is to grind. I don't know. You think you'd remember this stuff a little bit if you played like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Yeah, there was a snowboarding segment in Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if I should call this my favorite, if it's even a good snowboarding game, but the one that I played the most was, I think it was a Simple Series game in Japan, but it was like A1 Games Snowboarding. It literally just said snowboarding on it. It was like Snowboard Racer. I want to say it was a Simple Series game. It was just the one that just said snowboarding on it. There are really only 2 levels for this, and then one of them is just kind of rack up how many points you can get. Wasn't too far behind. Oh, okay. Grabs, flips, hard turn. Spin left, spin right. Slow down. Okay. Take the switch. In the air. Okay. I'll try and remember. Yeah, let's do that one last time. But it is one last time. See if I can get any better than 4th. Hopefully we'll land on Cool Borders 4 at some point, because I think I still have that on the wheel. Oh my god, that's so much easier to control. If you hold down, square. Okay, yeah. I got it now. Yeah, hold down square for turning. It takes me so much longer to learn PlayStation controls than any other console. Like, I'm so much more keen to Xbox, even if it's like the same button layout. Doing a little better, right? I mean, I'm still in 4th, but... Yeah. What am I on? Yeah, they all killed me. How bad? Yeah, 5 seconds. Alright, I think that's the end of this demo. Not bad, gets my seal of approval. Spin for the next one. Move. Punch it. There are other sports games on this wheel too, so be aware of that. Our next pick of the trade is... Oh, he's got that Metal Gear Solid. Monster Rancher 2? Oh! Fuck! Fuck! Oh, god damn it. Okay, hold on. Yeah, let me... Okay. You know how I said I don't usually play RPGs? Oh, this is going to be bad. Not only is this an RPG, this is a working designs translation of an RPG. So that's a double punch there, folks. We're gonna be at this one for a while. Fuck, this is a this I was expecting at some point. I can't believe there's a demo of this. Alright. Yeah. First of all, because I'm not really much into because I'm not much into RPGs, don't expect this one to go very far. But because you guys know about our friends at Working Designs, right? And their wonderfully aged translations. Alright, well, which one was it? Lunar 1? 1 and 2 had demos? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Better eat a Snickers. Fuck. Something tells me I'm not going to enjoy this. Alright, just how long is this demo? If it even loads. Nope, it froze. Right, we're off to a good start. Not even the game wants me to play it. But seriously, how long is this demo? And now my PS1 won't boot. Fucking great Working Designs. Oh my god, the demo is an hour and a half long. I am not kidding. The demo for a speedrun is an hour and a half long. How long is the final version of this game? Okay, this honest to God might be the only other demo we're playing tonight. Wow. It was like 40 hours. That's 40 hours too long. Really. I am really swallowing my tongue for this. Motherfucker. Alright, just get it over with. Just get it over with. I have Final Fantasy 7 and 8 on this wheel too, so I knew there'd be RPGs on here. Yep, here it comes. And if the regular game is however many hundreds of dollars, I can't imagine how much the demo would be. Y'all know this is the remake of the Sega CD game, right? Why did they remake... Why did they remake an RPG that came out like 4 years before this?
In your dreams, magical thoughts, all things are real.
The intro song is dubbed.
In your dreams, love is the plot, carried on wings of hope.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Each of our souls intertwine when we do. Instantly we see it, the time to grow and be it.
Was the art and animation done by Gainax or the same creator who did Neon Genesis? Because I'm kind of noticing similar art style.
Let rise the
Yeah, because I swear to God, I thought I saw Shinji's face.
innocent youth, careless and kind, free to roam the breeze in love, only when two brilliantly shine as one.
Y'all know how much I love Neon Genesis, right? I stopped watching it after 6 episodes. I mean, I'm glad you started out with X4. Yep. Hey, remember in Tail Concerto what I said, like, if a demo is so long, could you save in it? Is this actually one of those cases? Oh my god, I think it is. A demo that you can save in on PS1.
I don't remember when it started.
Oh my god, it's actually dope.
The dream of having a fantastic adventure in far-off places grabbed my heart early and has yet to let go. You see,
Okay, yeah, something like Tail Concerto, I don't mind dubbed. Something like a full-fledged RPG like this that they fucking dubbed over everything.
most fantastic of all, fighting evil.
Oh my god, working designs.
Athena. It's all so exciting. One day, I want to have adventures like that. But excitement of that kind is a long way from Berg.
Oh my god. Fucking envy. You know what I need? I need more voice lines from Popful Mail as
Hello,
redeems.
Null.
Alex, couldn't you hear me? I've been flying all over for the last half hour.
Oh my god, I can realize how that they pitched the voices higher.
Oh no. Where else would I be?
Like I can hear exactly where they pitched the voices higher.
In honor of the great Dragon Master, Dine. I know that Dine was probably the greatest of the 4 heroes, Alex, but I'm amazed that you never get tired of coming to stare at his dull monument. Oh shoot, I just remembered. We better go meet Luna to practice singing. We're late. She'll be upset.
Somebody please end this. Alright. Alright, putting down the Snickers.
Hey, Alex! I figured you might be here. Now that the warm weather has melted the ice near the Dragon's Cave, there isn't any time to wait getting started on our big adventure. If we hurry, we may be able to sneak in without waking the dragon. Get a fantastically huge diamond from its lair worth thousands and thousands of silver, making us filthy, stinking rich and very popular in the process.
Here we go. This is my next 2 hours. Why did I do this to myself? Am I supposed to immediately recognize the plot of this RPG? Because I already don't. And I don't want to care about it. Like, I really should. I really should give this game some sort of a chance. But Working Designs has already slapped its drool all over it. I don't want to. Never mind, how much money does this game go for again? I mean, this is easily one of those games you find behind the glass case at most used game shops. Thank you, Cerulean. Just please say something stupid for my amusement. Da 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 da.
Alex, you're late again, silly. Were you whittling away the morning at Dine's monument again? Or were you planning more make-believe adventures with Ramus?
Boys, I think I found it. I think I found the best worst 90s dub in a video game ever. Like, this is Symphony of the Night levels of so bad it's good. Hey. This game is going to be the death of me. I just know it. Get on with it. Why? Please be like Rita. She played us like a damn fiddle. is it now? I'm definitely swallowing my pride. Alright. Alright, who and what and where? Uh, Alright, can we get out of this town? Do we? I gotta fight a whole bunch of monsters with a butter knife. Yeah, you're never gonna see me again, bitch. Alright, let's get on with it. Who? Oh, right, this guy. Are we off? Are we off to see the Wizard of Oz? Oh, great, just like Chrono Trigger. Or not. So we were looking for a cave. Well, that was easy. Alright, how do battles work? Every one of these has a different battle system. AI. Easy enough. I just have to do that 20,000 more times, right? Bees. Okay. So for AI, is it just pick that and let the game play itself? Because honestly, that's easy, but that's just dumb. Yeah, that's essentially how it works. Sit back, let the fireworks go. Alright. Again, just out of dumb curiosity, what is price charting asking for this game? What $500 is this game asking for? Lunar Silver Star story complete. This was a 4-disc game. Only 125 bucks. Really? Okay, so the Japanese Saturn version is like 40 bucks max. Doesn't list the... Are there 2 versions of this? Alright, what is all this crap? Oh. Okay, so you can manually attack if you want. Or I could just have my entire team die. Maybe I don't have to play this after all. It's a dead man's party. Well, I didn't save, so... Yeah, we're done here. I ain't doing that shit again. I am not fucking doing that. Yeah, not this year. Sorry, bitch. Thank God I could get out of that. Yeah. Well, I think we all well know the story between, you know, me and Working Designs. Listen, I love Popple Mail, and that's probably their magnum opus, but I think everything else I can easily throw out the window. Fuck that. goodbye. Yeah. Next. Swear to God, watch me land on another RPG. What is the demo of it? Demo. How much is the demo? Oh, somebody's got the demo of it up for $20 now. This is a lot cheaper than I thought it was. Okay, the Pepsi sampler. I'm gonna spoil this. This is not a demo of Pepsi Man, as bad as it is. This is another one of those like licensed. I don't remember exactly what's on this, but I have taken a look at this. This is another one that was like licensed by this brand, or like, you know how like Best Buy used to have their own like brand of demo discs or whatever. It's kind of like that. I don't remember exactly what's on this demo disc or when this came out. So we'll just have to dig into it. The Pepsi sampler. So it's mostly just a sponsorship deal. I feel like this would easily go hand in hand with like the Pizza Hut demo discs. Yeah, I was not prepared to sit down and play through Lunar Silver Star for 2 hours. Oh god, it's already 90s. Mother of God.
Next page, next stage, next craze, next wave.
An evil empire.
The PlayStation commercial in a demo disc?
Destroying all that's in its path. It's up to
Oh,
one
Final
soldier
Fantasy.
of fortune to save the world.
Alright, so this was at least 1997.
Who survive. If he fails, you can always hit the reset button. Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I wonder how that game did. Oh, that's kind of cool. They have like a 3D model of the actual
Move over!
Pepsi demo kiosk, because that actually was a thing. They used to have Pepsi demo kiosks that looked like that.
It's simple. Buy Pepsi or Mountain Dew and you could be an instant winner. Look for specially marked packages and win one of 2,000 PlayStation game consoles.
Kind of looks like it was like before the 98 redesign, so this might be 97.
Every bottle or multi-pack has an instant $5 off coupon on select PlayStation games. Now pick up the controller and check
Like
out
late
some
97,
offers
early in
on
98 maybe.
PlayStation, including Final Fantasy VII, Jet Moto 2, and NCAA Game
Is there a
Breaker
demo
98.
for Final Fantasy VII on this demo disc?
What are you waiting for? Don't you want to win?
But yeah, I have seen this demo kiosk. Yeah, this was 97, 98. But yeah, I have seen this demo kiosk up on eBay a couple times. Oh my god, a whole 2 demos! Which one do you think we're gonna play? 2 demos and... One demo! One whole playable demo! Alright, let's get into the meat and potatoes. I know for a fact that I have a Final Fantasy VII demo somewhere on my... Somewhere on my PS1 demo. Also, you're not hearing it wrong. The audio in this is mono for some reason. I don't know if I'm going to appreciate Final Fantasy VII. Like, I'm not big into most RPGs, let alone Final Fantasy. Like, the probably the one that I play the most is, like, Crystal Chronicles, because it's a multiplayer-based one, but, like, if you saw me throw a Lunar Silver Star story right out the window, and I get that this is basically a staple, like, this is the biggest game in the franchise, period, but, like, I'm being hard on myself, but, like, I don't know if I'm going to appreciate it as much as anybody else who says that this is the best. Yeah, I don't deny it. It's an amazing game and revolutionized, RPGs in the West. And did as much as it did for the rest of the series. Like, if I'm gonna play a Final Fantasy game on PS1, it's probably either gonna be one of the anthology ones, like 1 through 6. Oh, no, I did play it. I played Final Fantasy 2 on PS1, the Famicom one. I got like halfway through that and then threw that out the window. 3 CD-ROMs. Man, these games go on forever. Why is only on PlayStation, and then it gets ported to PC in like a year? Why were the FMVs skipping? There's no disc in this PlayStation. Football. College football, though. This is like the dawn of college football games. Or at least 3D college football games. Yeah, this one's in stereo for some reason. I don't know. For me, college football games peaked on PS2, Xbox. Mostly with 2005. I miss them, though. I miss college football games. And if anybody misses them more than me, it's my brother. Why is the new college football game taking another year to come out? Is Ohio State even any good in the 90s? I know they won their championship in 2002, 03, around there. Like, were they any good in the 90s? Compared to, what they are now. Like, who was the dominant powerhouse team through most of the 90s? Oh, that's it. It wasn't even a trailer. It was just gameplay footage. All right, Jet Moto 2. I feel like we've played this demo before. Some of these demos might, like some of these games might just have standalone demos. Jet Moto. No, Jet Moto 3 has a standalone demo, but like some of these you might see on other compilation discs. Yeah, no DualShock. This should be fun, right? Well, this is before 989 got their hands on it, right? I know Kyle told me Jet Moto 3 is the black sheep of the series. I played a bit of the first Jet Moto, and it controls kind of funky. I mean, this also being before DualShock, this might be an easy contender too. So we'll see. One rider. Yeah, you know what? I think I have played this demo before. Whatever, we can play it again. And I'm already out. Great. I've said it before, though. I don't like... I'm not really good at controlling 3D games with just the D-pad. Yeah, I can't even tell where I'm going. Yeah, this is already hell on my thumb. Where's the finish line? Yay, I got dead last. Should I try that one more time or move on? I'll try it one more time. See if I can get something better than dead last. Probably not, right? Oh, it just kicked me way out to the menu. Oh, there's a turbo. Yeah, that would have been that would have been nice for me to pay attention to. Turbo's triangle. At least, you know, despite how minimal most of these demos are, at least they give you the option to play with a friend. Jet Moto Suicide Force. Oh, wait, you have a limited turbo. Well, I'd like to get more somehow. And I'm in last again. Alright, last guy in sight. Oh, that's great. Has Jet Moto, probably dumb question, has Jet Moto ever made anybody so thirsty they want to drink a Mountain Dew? That's like asking, have you ever played Pepsi Man so much that you just start dousing Pepsi? Or, what was it? I think there was a Butterfinger advertisement in Cool Borders 3. No, advertising doesn't work like that. Anyways, I think that's all for this demo disc. But yeah, that's another one of those, you know, compilation sponsored by this company, ordeals. So, glad we got to that. Because we're only 3 demo discs down. That's how much I talk too much today. We only played 3 demo discs. Alright. Breathe that. Reset. Reset. Shuffle. Punch it. Please, not another RPG. I'll even take a sports game at this point. Wipeout? Yeah, Wipeout. Wipeout 3. Which Wipeout game was this? I think this might just be XL. No, it was just straight up called Wipeout 3, right? Yeah, there was Wipeout. It was Wipeout 2097. No, Wipeout 2097 was XL. So this is just straight up Wipeout 3. Alright. Another fine racing game. I realize not a lot of people, but it's fine. How many demos start with W? Just 2 others. You're gonna start up. Let me fix that. Where's Kyle tonight? Kyle's fixing a graphics card problem. Just trying to do Fallout. Alright, where were we? What do we get? Wipeout? You know, we might also go back to doing some PlayStation Underground / PS1 magazine demo discs as well too. We have time for that at some point. Because I don't have every one of them added on. Or I don't have all the magazine demo discs added on, but I think I have all the Underground episodes. We only looked at one of those. Okay. Alright, now it loads. I don't know why sometimes it loads and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, Psygnosis. Psygnosis does? Yes, they did. Forgot about that. I don't think Wipeout really needs much of an introduction. If you're looking for a decent 3D futuristic racer that isn't F-Zero X, then Wipeout's probably your next best bet. Let me go after this if Kyle's gonna be on. I think I've got an idea. Let's give a guy, if he's still on, let's give a guy. At least I started early enough that we can still go to 11 o'clock. Another 40 minutes or so. Although, likewise, I think this is a series that did way better in Europe than anywhere else. Is Psygnosis leads Europe? Yeah, Psygnosis is British anyways, so... I think there was one Wipeout game that was just straight up Europe exclusive, right? Yeah, Wipeout Pulse on PS2 is a port of a PSP game, and that got a PSP release, or that got a PS2 release. There's the Wipeout. Oh, there's the Wipeout Omega Collection. Yeah, there's a Wipeout game that came out in 2017 on PS4. So Wipeout is still going on today. Oh crap! I'm still playing. Just dropped me right off into it. Hold on. Yeah, sorry, I'm not paying attention. My god, stop hitting the walls. Learn to fly, Riley. My god, learn to fly.
Where did you learn to fly?
Thank you. I don't think there's an end to this. I think you just go until everybody's eliminated. Nope, there isn't then. Well, I didn't come in last. That really letting me continue. Was this another... Was this actually licensed, or was this a trade demo? No, this was handed out. It wasn't a trade demo. Best racing game of E3 1999. I mean, what else was out that time? Hydro Thunder? Or was Hydro Thunder 98 or 99? Hydro Thunder was 99. Hydro Thunder also being a Dreamcast launch title, so... Alright, I guess that's the end of that demo. Short and sweet. They usually only give you one track anyways. I gotta go to the bathroom. I will be right back. Beer and water has been tanking me. Alright, don't go anywhere. I will be right back. I got a mouthful of. I got something in my. There we go. Hold on. I was choking on a pretzel. Next. Move. Punch. Jet Moto 3? Yep, Jet Moto 3. Back-to-back Jet Motos. So, like I just said, Jet Moto 3 is kind of the bastard child of the series. It's not necessarily a bad game, but from what I've heard, it's the most jank one. This is the 989 one, and like most 989 games, once they got their hands on it, they kind of changed the formula to very mixed, lukewarm reception. At least this one has DualShock. I hope. Jet Moto 3. When did Jet Moto 3 hit shelves? 1999. They had 2 more planned after this, and they never came to fruition. So, this is what killed the series. Let's pick and see exactly how 989 did it. Doritos. So we go from Mountain Dew to Dorito advertisements now? Oh, God. That sketching thing on the side was emulation, not my TV. Oh man, the CGI. Yep, dude's back. Yes, we have Dorito-powered motorbikes. We have Dorito-powered jet speeders. Oh my god. This is golden. Why did Kyle say this is the worst one? This might already be the best. Slim Jims as well. There is a Slim Jim demo disc as well too. I have played a little bit of that. There is somewhere on the demo disc wheel is a Slim Jim demo disc. Yeah, that side thing is not coming up on my TV. Bail out. Oh, I would have liked to stay and look at that, but okay. Is this demo gonna glitch out on me? I don't think I've had that happen with a PS1 game yet. Just a couple. Yeah, it is. Okay, so try and pay no attention to the side. Oh my god, this one. What is this control? Oh my god, I immediately recognize that this plays a lot. Holy shit, this is a different game. Yeah, no, Kyle was right. This plays completely different than Jet Moto 2. What the fuck? Am I in the lead? Did I go from being worst to first already? Holy shit. Okay, this is actually going a little bit too fast. Like, this is kind of making me nauseous. This is extremely fast for a PS1 game. Like, let alone a racer. I get this is probably capped at like 20, 30 FPS or whatever. Holy shit. I mean, the DualShock controls make it so much smoother to play. Crap. Yeah, this definitely feels like this was done by a completely different dev team. Jesus. How many players does Jet Moto 3 support? Some of these have to support 4, because I know like Twisted Metal 4 supports 4. I think I just lapped someone. What the the whole demo, right? What the fuck was that? Who did this game? Pacific Coast Power and Light. Okay, Locomotive Games. Yeah, who did Jet Moto 2? Oh, Single Track and Sony. Single Track also doing the Twisted Metal games, right? Yeah, they did Twisted Metal 1 and 2. This is somebody completely different. What in God's name happened here? Jet Moto 3. How much? $12? What the fuck? Yeah, never recently have I played a PS1 game, let alone a demo, that made me go from one game in the series to the next and ask what the fuck just happened. Like in a matter of I get this was a completely different dev team, and 989 covered the publishing for this one, but like, honest to God, what the fuck happened between 2 and 3? That just happened. Holy fuck. Yeah, how do I follow up with that? Before I even turn on my PlayStation, how do I follow up with that? Oh no. VR missions? VR missions! God, I thought I was getting revenge on the original Metal Gear Solid demo. VR missions. I can't believe that this alone has a demo disc. I feel like this is probably a better speed for me to try out Metal Gear Solid before I, dive into it. I've seen a little bit of the VR missions. I feel like this kind of plays better with the stealth than the main game. I have no idea how long the VR missions segment is. I think it's short enough, right? Hopefully they give me a little bit longer to play with this than they did the original Metal Gear Solid demo, because the original Metal Gear Solid demo lasted like it was like 10 minutes of cutscenes and then like 2 minutes of gameplay, and then it was done. Yeah, there's 2 different demos of Metal Gear Solid. Alright. Might as well knock another heavy hitter out. Crap, I gotta talk to Kyle about Gen Moto 3. What exactly was the supplement for VR missions compared to, the original game? Was it quote unquote like an expansion or DLC or something? Yeah, who knows how long this is going to last. But as you guys know, I'm god-awful at stealth games, so this might take a couple 20 dozen tries. This will give me good practice for when I ever play actual Metal Gear Solid at some point, though. I feel like a demo of this is probably just what I need to get some practice in, because if I dive right into Metal Gear Solid now, playing as I do, we're not going to make any progress. It's going to end up the same way the Devil May Cry playthrough ended. I don't want to play something as big as Metal Gear Solid and have to worry about like finishing it on such a quick timer if I don't know what I'm doing. Metal Gear Solid is definitely one I want to try to enjoy. I gave that for Devil May Cry, and then it kind of just threw it back in my face that I wasn't going to finish it. Alright, can we just play this now? That was just the intro cutscene. Just 2 modes. Oh, these are. Oh God, I must. They don't even give you all the. They don't even give you all the levels. All right. Well, I'll just work with whatever I got. What else I can think? Hold down, just go to invoice player. Probably turn on DualShock.
Impressive, Snake.
This game kind of feels. I hate to put this in this radar, but this game kind of has like Flash game quality to it, where it's like short and simple enough that like anybody could play it on like a browser. Wait. Yep, this will be similar to the game we're playing tomorrow.
Impressive, Snake.
I'm wondering if I have to go through each level with each gun. Oh. Yeah, that's the case. Okay, so it's kind of almost like a training target range. This is no penalty for inaccuracy. Get it done. Honestly, if Metal Gear Solid was just like this, I'd be playing way more of it. Oh, Jesus, they're explosive.
Snake.
Look, oh, RPG. Well, we'll play all the levels of this that they give us. Is there aiming in this, though? Rocket launcher. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's auto lock on.
Impressive, Snake.
Yeah, we can do this. Why it doesn't give you most of the levels, though, even for a demo. The real challenge is trying to figure out how to equip the thing. Honestly, I don't even know if this needed to be a demo. Like, for how much the full game of this was. Wait, the original Metal Gear Solid, yeah, that definitely could have had it. That definitely needed a demo. But for this alone, I think this would have just been fine as a standalone release. Come on. Done.
Impressive, Snake.
This might actually be the last demo that we play tonight. So we did SOCOM. Oh great, I get to learn how to snipe. Why did it give me clonazepam? Oh my god, this stick is just moving itself.
Impressive, Snake.
Miss. 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 That was not my most accurate outing. At least it's not counting for that. It would probably make more sense if I was actually... Oh wait, no, these are just practice. Oh. You know, I'll just do practice. Oh great, bigger rocket launcher.
Impressive, Snake.
Oh.
I won!
I did not. I most certainly did not. Yeah, what? There we go. There, now I've won.
Impressive, Snake.
Famous, did. Dokkan, done. 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 I've done all this. Where's the 12th battle? Alright, let's see how the real game goes. Don't get spotted. That's good to know.
Who's that?
Ah, that should be fun. With
Who's that?
And this is where my lack of stealth shows. Oh, he's gone. Are they just in random locations every time?
Who's that?
Alright, I'm not signing off until we can get this done. This guy there. Oh wait, you have to kill everyone. So it's not just about stealth and survival, you actually have to kill everyone.
Who's that?
How many bullets does it take?
Who's that?
This ought to be fun. Alright, that's one. Damn it. Our record so far is 1.
Who's that?
And all I get is a pistol. One. Didn't see him. I'm never going to get through Metal Gear Solid if I can't get through this. I might just keep this on the demo disc wheel for next time. Yeah, I didn't even see that guy. I wasn't even aiming for that guy.
What was that noise?
Yeah.
Who's that?
But it changes. They change their locations every time, so you can't always do it at the same time twice. You can't duck and shoot your pistol either.
Who's that?
We're gonna be here a while. Didn't even see him. Yeah, clearly I lack the patience for this. Clearly a guy there. Let me see if I can do this. That works, right? That's what, 2? Three. One there. Damn it! Fuck! Okay, that's as close as I got. That's as close as I got so far. I'm playing this too liberally. God. I guarantee you though, I guarantee you there's tons of people who play Metal Gear Solid exactly this way. I cannot be the only one. The guy right there, I know. Okay. 2. It's fucking Superman 64 music. 3. Okay, this. Damn it! Oh my god. Okay, 3, please. You've got to be laughing your ass off. Gotta be a guy right there. Right. No. Yeah, no, there is a guy. Shit. I'm not even mad. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding? Bullshit. Done. Why? Why did it get up so fast? What am I supposed to do? Just shoot them and walk away? Let's try that. Let's shoot them and see if they actually follow me. Never mind killing them for a sec. Alright. No. Okay, that might actually be the thing. Like, I'm trying to kill them as quick as I can without getting out of there. Okay, there's straight up a guy right there. Let me go to bed tonight. Even check. This is fucking bullshit. Alright, one. Long way. Long way. Dumbass AI this is. Thank God. What the fuck? Why were you right there? Oh my God! Fuck this. Why were you right there? This is bullshit. I'm never gonna be able to play this game if I can't get through this. There's a guy right there. Yes, there's a guy right there. Get up. Oh my God. I gotta watch these clips after, thank you. Grade A bullshit. Yeah, two. There's one there. Fucking Superman 64 ass music. God, where is this? Realize I got 30 bullets to do this as well too. 3. Four. Where's the next guy? The fuck is the next guy? There's one. Wait, am I done? Yes, I'm done. I thought there were 6 guys. Done! Thank God! Oh my God, that was fucking insane! Expect me to do that in 45 seconds? Fuck you! Fuck that! 45 seconds my ass! Nah, this is bullshit. I don't even want to know what the rest of these are like. I might just keep this on the wheel though, but fucking hell. Yeah, fuck that. Oh my god. Yeah, we're done. That was 10 tons of bullshit I didn't need. Alright. That might be the highlight of the night though. What have we played tonight? We played only 6 demos. 4 of them were straight up racers. So there was Cool Borders, there was Jet Moto 2 and 3, there was Wipeout 3, there was Metal Gear Solid, and Working Designs. And oh my god, Working Designs. And I still got Lunar 2 somewhere on this wheel. I don't know where it is. Let me find it. Yeah, Lunar 2 is still somewhere on this wheel. And I believe that is also Working Designs, right? Yep. Son of a bitch. Alright, well, we had some fun today. Hopefully my rambling on lecture earlier today made some good points. I don't feel bad about... how do I phrase this again? I'm kind of reiterating. I don't feel bad about things that have been going on so far. I think things are going in a good way. I just kind of need to change it up a little bit so that there's more atmospheric environments to do. I mean, you kind of carried the torch here tonight early on, but I need to think of something to kind of get my name out there in a better sense that people recognize me. Not only that, but again, kind of combat the feeling of loneliness and think about, you know, like what's a good thing that I'm doing that'll people like will remember me here for. If I follow that and hopefully kind of have some sort of creativity and collabs, we'll think of something. But I'm kind of going back to the drawing board with what I'm doing. I don't know. Who's on tonight? We might... Oh, yeah, I know. I think I knew who we were going to raid. Let me see if he's still around. I think I told you to follow this. I think I told you to follow this guy earlier, Cerulean, so... Let me put it up. Oh, yeah, anyways, tomorrow... I might just give you a sneak preview. This is on for tomorrow. Zone of the Enders is getting a playthrough. I think the demo alone from a while ago kind of convinced me enough that this is something that I should check out. I kind of already teased it during the collab, just do the collabs with Zero. Yeah, he's still on. Let's go meet our new guy. So, yeah, be on the lookout for this tomorrow. God, everything is slow. Alright, I gotta get out of here. I need to compensate for what I've been doing. Check me out tomorrow, folks. Take care. Good night.